This last era of dark energy domination has already begun. The universe is already in its sixth and final era. From before the Big Bang to present day, the universe goes through many eras. Dark energy heralds the final one. The universe is not the same today as it was yesterday. With each moment that goes by, a number of subtle but important changes occur, even if many of them are imperceptible on measurable human timescales. The universe is expanding, which means that the distances between the largest cosmic structures are increasing with time. A second ago, the universe was slightly smaller. A second from now, the universe will be slightly larger. But those subtle changes both build up over large cosmic timescales and affect more than just distances. As the universe expands, the relative importance of radiation, matter, neutrinos, and dark energy all change. All told, there are 6 different eras we can break the universe into, and we're already living in the final one. When we draw the dividing lines based on how the universe behaves, we find that there are 6 different eras that will come to pass. Number 1, the Inflationary Era, which preceded and set up the hot Big Bang. Number 2, the Primordial Soup Era. From the start of the hot Big Bang until the final transformative nuclear and particle interactions occur in the early universe. Number 3, the Plasma Era. From the end of the non-scattering nuclear and particle interactions until the universe cools enough to stably form neutral matter. Number 4, the Dark Ages Era. From the formation of neutral matter until the first stars and galaxies reionize the intergalactic medium of the universe completely. Number 5, the Stellar Era. From the end of reionization until the gravity-driven formation and growth of large-scale structures ceases when the dark energy density dominates over the matter density. And number 6, the dark energy era, the final stage of our universe, where the expansion accelerates and disconnected objects speed irrevocably and irreversibly away from one another. Once dark energy takes over, something bizarre happens. The large scale structure in the universe ceases to grow. The objects that were gravitationally bound to one another before dark energy's takeover will remain bound, but those that were not yet bound by the onset of the dark energy age will never become bound. Instead, they will simply accelerate away from one another, leading lonely existences in the great expanse of nothingness. The individual bound structures, like galaxies and groups or clusters of galaxies, will eventually merge to form one giant elliptical galaxy. This last era of dark energy domination has already begun. Now, I did shorten that article a bit and I skipped over several chunks because I really wanted to get to the dark energy piece. I was completely fascinated by this article because it says the universe is already in its sixth and final era, and then to find out that that final era is the dark energy phase. I think we can all attest, based on what we've been through these past couple of decades, but in particular these past couple of years, that it feels like we're in a dark energy era. Things seem to be decaying in a very similar way to the way the article described the decay that will occur in the universe during the dark energy era. I was also really intrigued by the part that said that things that were already bound before the dark energy era would remain bound, but things that were not bound before the dark energy era would never become bound. For some reason, that struck me and seems to have a really spiritual component to it. What do you guys think? Do you think the universe is in its sixth and final era? Do you feel like we're in the dark energy era? And what are your thoughts on things that are bound will remain bound, but things that are not bound will never be bound? Very curious to hear you guys' take on this particular article. Thank you for watching episode 4 of Odd Reality.